Okay, this morning we have the great pleasure to be talking to economist and Columbia Professor Till Von Wachter. Did I say your name correctly, by the way?
Perfect.
Okay. We're just asking if you could please introduce and take a moment and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Till Von Wachter. Thank you for the introduction. I'm a professor at Columbia University, and I'm a labor economist. So I study the impact of unemployment or job displacement on workers and what could be done to assist job losers and unemployed to get back to work. And my background is actually European. I'm half German, half Italian, and then I came to the US for graduate school. So I went to graduate school in Berkeley, and now I'm happy to be in New York.
So you went directly from Berkeley to Columbia University, is
Yes.
that correct? And in interim, you've done some recommendations to the government on long-term joblessness.
Absolutely. So based on my work on unemployment and job loss last year, and actually this year, I've given a few congressional testimonies, deriving the implications of my work for potential policies to help job losers and unemployed.
Well, can you just briefly, in layman's terms, I mean, I'm not an economist, and I'm sure most of the people who are watching are not experts on economics, but our people are curious now because, as we talked about earlier, talk about economics when things are good sometimes falls on deaf ears, but now that things aren't so great, people are much more interested in global economics and particularly economics in America. Can you talk about some of the recommendations you've made to the government?
Absolutely. Essentially, they fall into two camps. The one camp is trying to, so if you think of ways of assisting unemployed workers or those who are just starting a new job or entering the labor market, then there's a second set of recommendations that try to sort of think about stimulating job growth and preventing large-scale layoffs in the future. Let me talk a little bit about the first set of recommendations. That essentially are geared to help job losers and labor market entrants. So just as a background, the bulk of the costs of recessions in the labor market affect those who become unemployed or lose their jobs, and those who just begin working. So the young people getting a job for the first time. So these people suffer very large and very lasting reduction in earnings. People who maintain their jobs, right, might be doing better in a boom, but they're not doing that much worse because it's in a recession. Right? So there's fewer job opportunities, right? But the earnings losses that unemployed and job losers and labor market entrants suffer are just vastly bigger and last over 10 to 20 years. So there's a case to be made to really assist these workers to help find a job. And there's a few basic things you can do. First of all, it's probably a good idea to extend unemployment insurance to those who are unemployed. Many of the people losing unemployment insurance benefits are at risk of ending up in poverty, and especially if it's single mothers with children. They have a very high risk of entering poverty once they run out of UI benefits. So extending unemployment insurance benefits, based on my work, will lead to an increase of resources of these families who are unemployed by no fault of their own, right, without much of a negative consequence. So what could the negative consequence of extending unemployment insurance benefits be? Well, it could be that people take the opportunity to stay out of the labor market longer because now they're essentially being paid for not, while they're not employed, right? They're not being paid to find a job. So there's always a lot of concern when you provide unemployment insurance benefit that gives them a negative incentive, a bad incentive to look for work. My work and other people's work suggests that in a big recession such as this one, that's probably not as much as a concern. So that said, right, I think there's also an important case to have, other than extending unemployment insurance benefit durations, to very proactively help workers to find a job and signal that they should be looking for jobs even when their job situation is very good. So, you can talk a bit about what the alternative options are, but there are things that the government can do and the government is doing to incentivize people to move back to work very quickly.
Well, let me ask you, talk about extension of employee benefits. We were basically, I believe, before 2008, I think it was something like 3 to 6 months for someone. And the benefits were increased 1.99 weeks, I think.
Yes.
Is your study probably anything specifically like a concrete, like 3-month extension, 6-month extension, 1-year extension? Has there been any concrete numbers that you come with as far as that help with what you're talking about? Or is it just you're talking about the general extensions?
So if someone would ask me to come up with a specific number for a particular purpose, we probably could. Generally, as an academic economist, we're business is trying to establish a principle in some sense. And the principle we try to establish is to see whether in a big recession, right, does the benefit from the extension tend to outweigh the cost from some negative later supply consequences. And on average, that the benefit seems to outweigh the cost. So,
What's the recommendation that you make in your studies?
well, the one thing to keep in mind is that earnings losses of people who lose their job, become unemployed, or people who enter the labor market and enter a recession are very large and very persistent. So anything you can do to convey to the group of people that is affected that they are in for the medium to long run, if they want to recover their earnings levels or catch up in some sense, that is important. So I think providing information to people that they will face a very long-lasting recovery process is very important, and the good news is that's relatively cheap. So that sort of would add to a set of programs the government already has, which is called job search assistance, and would may enhance people's people's ability to make the right choices, but also people's will to stay in there and not sort of give up after a few years. So the risk is the labor market has been very depressed for a few years. People stop, searching. But the key is you have to start really searching for jobs and moving up and being proactive about your career once the labor market picks up. So if it's a year or two from now, that's when you really have to get back on track. In the meantime, you should try to do things that keep you active and keep your profile looking, favorable to employers. But the thing is, I think it's important to convey to people that there's a very active but a very long-lasting search process.
Well, I think that one of the things you get at if you work in an academic setting, and I'm sure some of your students, or students in general in school, must feel like, well, okay, the economy isn't good, but people who have 10 years of work experience have 10 years of work experience. I feel anxious because I have no work experience. The prospects of finding a first job seem very small. A first job in the field that I'm trying to work in, whatever that happens to be. What can you tell students when they ask you that?
So that's a very good question, and I'm actually there in the same boat as career counselors. And so one of the messages is actually quite similar, namely that probably something has to give, right? So one step in the process of getting back is being flexible about what type of a job you do and where you do it, right? So many career counselors face the concern that students want to live in New York and follow a very particular career, right? Their message is something is likely you have to get. Either you have to relocate or be flexible about where you go, right? And that's very much borne out in our work. So students that enter the labor market in a recession, such as this one, tend to first start work at less attractive employers or firms. Then they move back up over time as the economy picks up to better employers. And then once they do that, they work their way back up in the employer. And during that process, there are switches in occupation, industry, and also changes of location. So that's one thing. It's like be flexible in many dimensions. The second thing is there is something to be said about for some time do internships even if they're not paid. Right? So there's a big debate whether companies are exploiting workers and students and essentially offer students regular pay for zero wages. Right? On the other hand, from the student's perspective, it's really valuable to get your career going, especially in an environment where there aren't that many jobs. So in a way, basic economic theory predicts that students should be willing to pay to get a job. Now that sounds funny, right? But if you think about it, we pay for school, right? And so in a way, the thinking is you pay for your training if it's then yours to use, right? So if you can work in a company and build UCB and really learn something that's going to raise your wages later on, it's probably not a bad idea to take a lower wage if you can afford it. Right? So that's like a big F. If that's a possibility, you should probably go ahead and do that.
It's funny because not that many years ago, Harvard University actually charged more for their year and a half than they did for their 3 year deal. And their rationale, whether it was correct or not, was that if you finish your MBA in a year and a half, that's in our average MBA earner makes $100,000 $50,000 a year, you're going to have a chance to make an extra $3,000 because, or whatever the average rate happened to be, because you're finishing college one semester early. I don't necessarily agree with that, but the rationale is yes. I mean, the sooner you're getting into the workforce, the sooner you're able to work. So I mean, there are certainly some students. I mean, obviously, this is going to be a struggle for a lot of people, but there students that are able to do that are going to have an advantage.
Absolutely.
I had a question, going back to academics for 1 second. Congressman Paul has been talking a lot about drastically reducing financial aid, government financial aid. And his rationale is because universities know that the government is essentially providing a lot of these loans. That's part of the reason the tuition is up like 230% in the last 12 years, or something along those lines. Because universities utilize the government's tab. His rationale is that if we eliminate a good portion of financial aid from the government and privatize it, that could reduce tuition from the country. Do you give any credence to that? Do you think that's possible?
So that's an important point. We have a PhD student here in Columbia who's been working on questions. The question is essentially, are schools offsetting the financial aid? So if they know somebody's getting financial aid, they're just going to raise their tuition, so the student pays the same. The school actually gets to pay money to the government, right? And so what she has done, the student has sort of studied that question, okay, and there seems to be some of that going on. So schools tend to offset some of the tuition money that the student gets from financial aid. Right? But the story is more complicated because some schools, on the other hand, seem to pay a premium for students who get financial aid. So it's attractive for the school to have a certain student body that gets financial aid. So it cuts both ways. Some schools sort of skim some of the money, and other schools sort of actually pay to get the students lower their tuition. So some schools raise the tuition, some schools lower the tuition. So that statement of getting rid of financial aid to reduce the cost of going to college is a very difficult statement to make, and probably not supported by the data. I mean, the thing is, most students who get financial aid end up paying less for going to college, and then also financial aid incentivizes people to go to college. To get rid of financial aid means that an average student will pay somewhat more, and some people are not going to end up going to college. So it's a good idea to look into these dynamics further, to jump into the conclusion that you should abolish financial aid, and that's probably not justified.
Is it frustrating? Is it frustrating?